I wonder where a guy, an everyday Joe like myself, can find a little action.
Do I make you horny?
Me love you long time. Me so horny.
What is your major malfunction, numbnut?
Give me some sugar, baby.
People of the Earth, this is Dave Sheridan, a.k.a. Special Ops EQP, and you are listening to the Metal Hand of God podcast, MHOG.
Don't worry if you don't make it out alive. We'll give you your money back. Guaranteed.
Welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host, Wayne, and you know that guy over there, the one, the only...
Rum Guy. That's me.
Yay! He's so excited today.
Hey, I'm sorry. I just got off work. It's as excited as I can be right now.
I know
I am excited because we have an amazing guest with us, Jake Perry.
That's right.
Director, filmmaker,
interesting
man with an interesting vision, and I want him to tell you about it.
The man who has attack sandwiches.
That's right.
Oh man, yes. The
Like,
killer sandwich is everybody's favorite.
it is, dude. Like, I watched it 4 or 5 times, and then I sent it to everybody I knew because I was like, the fucking killer sandwich is hysterical. I have a kid who works with me. He's actually doesn't work with me anymore. He just went to college this past couple weeks. But anyway, he was a young guy, and I made him watch it. And he goes, "What am I watching?"
I feel like that's what everybody says when they watch anything I made.
Well, what is the let's break it down. I know you've probably done tons of these shows and stuff, and I need to ask the question because I don't know. What is the story of you? When did this vision of I'm going to start making films happen for you?
You know, my entire life, I grew up really poor. And like when we moved into the projects when I was a teenager, I thought we made it. That's how poor we were. And so as I grew up, I was always that guy. I just have these stupid, ridiculous ideas that I feel like people should enjoy. And I'd always say that sentence of, man, we should make that movie. But of course, I didn't have any access to any cameras or anything like that. It was a different time. I'm 45, you know? Yeah. And I ended up saying that for my whole life, and I was a death metal guitarist. And I ended up blowing out my elbows and my wrists. And about 5 years ago, I was sitting at work with a couple buddies, and I said we should make that movie, talking about all the worst tropes of horror movies and, you know, just all through the decades, the worst crap. And I was talking about putting it all into one movie. I got sick of saying it, and that was on a Tuesday. I decided to go buy a camcorder. I had no idea how to do anything, okay? So it was a Sony camcorder that I bought off of Craigslist for $100. No script, just an idea. I was filming by Saturday, and that is called Serial Killer Alien Werewolf.
Wow. I mean, the title says it all. That is like 5 movies in one right there in the title.
Dude, it is the best, worst movie. My wife thinks it's the biggest piece of shit that was ever made, and I think it's wonderful. And so does everybody that's seen it.
I think with a title like that, it can't miss. I mean,
exactly.
You are hitting the nerve of every horror monster nerd possible when you say that title. I mean, that is something right there. That is, I haven't seen this one. This is the one I needed to see, Wayne.
Look, I'm in 110% to like do a screening of this movie.
Dude, it's 15 minutes, but oh my God. I'll send y'all a link as soon as we're off here.
Oh, thank you, dude. That'd be fantastic. Look, so you're from like West Texas area, right? What part of West Texas?
I'm in Odessa.
Okay, so you're out there with the Mr. Billy Pond, right?
Oh yeah. Billy's like my friend and mentor. In fact, a lot of the movie that we're working on now, we're shooting at his haunted house.
I am so sorry that he is your friend and mentor.
It's tough sometimes.
I love that dude to death, man. He's become like part of our family on this show, and he's such a great dude, all the way around.
He is, man. He's one of the best people I've ever met. But being in the same area and having him as like my mentor, he picks it. You've seen the stuff that I make. It is not Billy's standard. That dude is an amazing artist, and I'm some dumbass with some funny ideas.
Hey,
you know what it is though, with what you've got going on though, and we've interviewed and talked with quite a few different directors and filmmakers and things like that. But what you have is something a bit different. I think what you do is something very classic. And when I say classic, I'm talking, are you familiar with those type of films that are always shown? Are you familiar with Svengoolie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Your type of flick would be on Svengoolie for me, and I would enjoy that. That's the type of vision I see. I'm not saying that you're like anybody else, because it's your complete vision. It's you. But to be able to take an idea, as you using your words, as silly or stupid as you think it might be, but I think when you put it together, because you can entrance an audience for that amount of time and they don't turn away, I think you've done something right.
Yeah.
I think you're doing something right, man. I think that's very cool.
You brought up Svengoolie, man, and this is what's funny. Is like I'm not really, I know who he is. I've never got to see, like his actual show or anything like that.
He's classic.
But
he's absolutely classic.
But I just sent Rum a picture of a mouse pad I got for $1 yesterday, and it's him. Out of all the things you could have said, I got a Svengoolie fucking mouse.
You did. You just sent it. That's awesome.
Mouse pad for $1, bro. I got it for $1 at this like discount depot area I went to the other day.
Let me tell you the story of your mouse pad real quick.
Tell me, please.
It's part of a package that you would buy with that mouse pad. You would also get a rubber chicken and a Svengoolie T-shirt for the low price of $39.95.
Nice, and I got it for $1. Look at that. I'll send it to you too, Jake, so you can appreciate my dollar find.
No, but I think that what you're doing is in a classic vein of entertainment. I really do, because there is a lot of people out there. What you do is not mainstream, and I don't I don't mean that as any type of insult. I actually mean that as a compliment.
Yeah.
You're coming
That's how
across,
I take it.
You're coming across with an interesting idea. So we get to see a snapshot of an idea out of your brain. And this is what comes out. And I think that's what's the entertaining part. That's the entertainment, the whole vision right there is what you do. And I'm really, to try to compare you to Billy. Billy has his own thing. He's his own artist. He's very good at what he does. And what you do, you haven't probably been doing it as long as Billy. Billy, right? Because Billy is a wonderful man who knew Moses. No, but I'm just joking, man. Billy, and he has a completely different vision. But that's the thing with directors and writers and things. They all have a vision, and to convey that vision, it's never going to be the same. And if it is the same, it's not your vision. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think, and as long as you are enjoying it and you can get other people to enjoy it, I think that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, we're writing a book of our lives. Every day we're writing a book of our lives. And you are writing down passages and leaving a little bits of legacy as you go, and that's what we should all strive to do. And I commend you for it, because you're doing a great job.
Yeah, for real, man.
Thank
Now tell us about this freaking Tapeworm movie.
Okay, so this one has grown from Billy actually told me he expected me to. Well, y'all are familiar with Frightmare Weekend.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because Lloyd Cryer was on what 13th.
Yeah.
I was listening to that one, and they do this fake horror trailer thing where you make a trailer and they show it. Well, I had done a comedy film called Limited Horizons, and I was always playing around with shorts. And Billy was like, "I want you to do one. That's my challenge for you." So we ended up making a fake trailer for Tapeworm 2. I literally took 5 people, came up with 5 ridiculous things that would in no way tie into each other. And so I was like, dude, we're not going to make a movie out of it, so it doesn't have to make sense. So we make this trailer, and people loved it. Like, my Facebook blew up. I went from 120 Facebook friends to almost 5,000 in a week.
Wow.
I was like, what is going on? So I had a lot of people wanting to see the movie. So we decided, okay, let's make it into a short. We'll cut it at 25 minutes. Everybody will be happy, and then we can move on. Because who takes a Tapeworm movie seriously? It's not even a freaking tapeworm. It's more of a lamprey anyway. So we go and we take this absolutely random set and figure out how to make it into a cohesive story. And then we release that. Like, here you go. Everybody be happy with this. Well, that's not enough. Ever since we released that, it's gotten global distribution. It's been on streaming services. We sell a ton of the DVDs on the website. And I was like, dude, I am not making this into a movie. And then everybody, it's just, somehow I ended up writing a script for a whole feature film. And that's what we're making now.
It's peer pressure is what it is.
Your fan base has spoken, my friend. They want you to make this fucking movie.
I'm like, oh my God. And if you've seen it, like the worm, I do all the special effects too. So I just do it with random crap because I don't have a lot of money.
Right.
Like the original worm in Tapeworm 2, I made out of a dryer vent hose from an RV.
That's awesome.
Pantyhose over it, like 20 layers of liquid latex, and painted it. And then the teeth were cut out like that foam construction paper. Like, it was not meant to look good. It was meant to look like it was.
Right.
So that's why it's so well lit in every shot. I want you to see how ridiculous it is.
This is the genius of it, though, because you know what you're doing. You're taking a creative page out of trauma movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was
exactly.
the whole plan was I want this to be a trauma movie.
Yeah.
Without being, but I don't show nudity, as weird as that is. I don't know. That's just my thing. Because I have kids, and as a kid, I always watched horror movies.
Yeah.
But my kids know it's fake. They're here when I make all this stuff, so they know. And which they're older now, but I still don't. I want kids to be able to enjoy it when their parents aren't watching.
Sure.
As weird as that sounds.
Well, I mean, what teenage kid doesn't like a set of boobs, man?
That's but what about the 6-year-olds and the 8-year-olds that are
at some point in time they probably saw boobs.
They liked them too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Remember the old UHF TV channels where you're trying to unscramble?
Yeah. You sit there watching the channel flip through, and you're like, "Is that a nipple? What? Oh,
what? No, it was a kneecap."
But
we used to watch Porky's and all.
Yeah, and look, man, we're all about the same age. So in your defense, I understand what you're saying, because I do see a lot of the the younger kids wanting to see movies and they can't. But it's also going to stifle you in your ability to be able to put out a bloody film or things like that, because they also put R ratings on those even if you don't show nudity.
Yeah, but it's a personal kind of deal, which, like, don't misunderstand. If it was organic to the story and it made sense,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not just going to shove it in there like a lot of these indie filmmakers just, oh, I got 37 sets of boobs in here, so watch my movie.
Right. Well, I mean, that's basically, you know, it's not a movie. It's a porn. You know, it is a movie. It's a porn movie.
Exactly.
You know, yeah. No, eventually,
it's just a normal night on Cinemax.
Right. Yeah. It's a Skinamax film. That's it. That's what it is.
Yep.
Skinamax meets the tapeworm or the dryer hose. Dun, dun, dun.
So really, I mean, do you have a large extended family?
What do you mean extent? Like people that I've adopted as family, or
like cousins
and uncles and stuff like that?
Shit.
Do you have a lot? I was just curious. You know, how is there a family reaction to what you do other than your immediate, like your wife and your kids and that sort of thing?
Well, I'm not real close to my family. In fact, my dad, you know, we're fairly close, I suppose, but he died in serial killer alien werewolves, and I also killed him in Tapeworm 2.
Awesome. So your dad.
So he has a bad habit of getting killed in my movies.
Jake Perry has no issues. No issues.
No. None whatsoever.
I think that's funny that you know what, I would probably incorporate my parents into it too. My dad, or at least my dad would be up for it. I don't think my mom would.
Yeah, if my parents were alive and I was doing stuff like that.
My dad hates horror movies.
Really?
Yeah, but he'll be like, "Oh, where can I be? Just show me what to do."
That's so fun.
Well,
let's see. It's a nice connection, bonding thing.
Yeah.
Father and son. There you go. And I was just curious how you know other people reacted to what you do. I mean, do you get a lot of like head scratches from people?
You know, it seems like locally, you know, now people are starting to take it a lot more seriously. Like in the beginning, they were like, whatever. But now, like the new Tapeworm Z movie that we're working on, I was adding it up, and there's over 30 people in the main part of the movie.
Awesome.
Wow.
Aside from just extra. I mean, there's a huge body count, just so y'all know.
That's good. I'm excited.
And the effects are a lot better on this one. Because I took them a lot more seriously.
That's good. I do want to say one thing, seriously. If you make a sequel to the Killer Sandwich, me and Justin have to be in it.
I want to be in the movie.
Like you don't
know how many people have hit me up to do that, but if you watch during the credits on it, that was a true story.
What?
Yeah, you didn't watch the credits?
I probably do.
I have a friend, Eric Exton. He's a filmmaker out of Oklahoma, and the dude he's like Billy level good. And he walked out, and there was this random sandwich on his roof. and he was like, what the hell? So for like 3 days, he's posting on Facebook about it.
That's so fucking funny.
That fake sandwich that I made looks just like the one that's in the picture. Like the Facebook post is in the end.
Oh,
and I didn't even tell him I was doing this. I just made it, sent it to him before I released it, and just waited.
See, you know what? You know what's amazing?
Brilliant.
There is a story that we don't know, any of us, about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why was the sandwich? How did it get there? You know,
maybe it wasn't a funny story. Let's think of this. Let's go. All right, there's a sandwich on the roof. How did it get there? Let's rewind 15 minutes.
He also lives in the middle of the woods in Oklahoma. Nobody near him.
Well, I was gonna say, is he around like a mountain?
Or no?
Because I was thinking.
Okay. I know what
Big Bird.
Birds. Yeah.
No, it was Bigfoot.
Yeah, he was having a fucking ham sandwich.
It was Bigfoot wanders into a campsite.
Okay.
Going through the campsite, everybody's fishing, and he's like, "Ooh, what's going on? What is this? Is this one of those sandwiches? I need to have this sandwich." All of a sudden, he hears people coming through the woods. Oh my God, I got to take off. Why? Because I'm Bigfoot. I am the king of hide and seek. I need to get out of here. So he's running through the woods. He's holding the sandwich. He's like, oh my God, I need to eat this damn sandwich. And he gets into a clearing. All of a sudden he trips over a branch. Sandwich goes flying. It gets on the roof. He's like, son of a bitch, there's a sandwich on the roof. And that's the end of that story, and that's how it got up there.
All right, we're making that part of the film. Let's do it. Let's do the behind the scenes prequel. How did the sandwich get
still
there?
have the sandwich, man.
Dude, that's perfect.
Dude, when we started filming, we brought out Michael Ocho Terrena and Tony Covington from Hack's Horror Show to do roles in this. And they were staying at my house. Well, the day Tony gets here, he's all, "Hey, bro, do you still have that sandwich?" And I'm like, "I do." So I get it out. And this dude is over there taking selfies with that sandwich,
That's
bro.
so cool, dude.
He was starstruck over my foam sandwich.
Dude, you need to make sure you put the sandwich in like an airtight box. Keep it safe because that will be your fucking legacy. Whatever happens, you'll make these $1 million films later on in life, and then everyone's going to come back to the fucking foam sandwich.
I know.
You know, funny enough, I once in my life had a fake sandwich as well.
Really?
Oh,
I did. And I'm not joking. I had a fake sandwich. I got it from collecting cereal box things, and it was the stage for the California Raisins.
oh my God!
You remember the California Raisins?
I do.
I do.
And they used to get them from Hardee's. And when you go through Hardee's drive-through, you have the option of getting the California Raisins. If you ordered the biscuits, those cinnamon raisin biscuit things, you can get the little California Raisins. And if you got those, then you got a little certificate. And then it said, "Oh, you need to collect these Kellogg's or Post or whatever it was, cereal
like box tops or something."
And you could get this fake sandwich. And when you got it, you could put your little characters on, and they're all posing with their saxophones or drummer or whatever. But you could push the button, and it would play the California Raisin song. I heard it through the grapevine.
That's beautiful.
So when I saw the killer sandwich thing, I was like, that's the first thing I thought of. Was like, oh my gosh, I'm a kid again. There's a sandwich. It's just a fake sandwich. I was so fucking cool. It was awesome. It was the coolest thing. Do you have that on a t-shirt? Because you need to have that sandwich on a t-shirt.
Yes,
dude. We've actually talked about doing that.
You need to do it.
You do.
And you know where you need to go is TeePublic.
Yes. Where we have our t-shirts. That's right. Yeah. There you go. That was a good run-in for us to plug our shirts. That's pretty good.
Nice.
I wasn't even paying attention, but yeah, you're right. That's good.
You're a little slow on the uptake.
I'm sorry, man. It's all those drugs. Yeah, you can go to TeePublic and look up the MHOG podcast and check out our t-shirt designs. We have some really good ones out there.
And guess what? There's a commercial for that, isn't it, Wayne?
Yeah. You want me to run it now?
Yeah, do it now.
All right, we're going to do it right now. Here we go.
All right, everybody, it's finally happened. The Metal Hand of God podcast has finally got an online merch store. It's located at teepublic.com. That's right, teepublic, T-E-E, public.com. Go there to their website, type in MHOG, and a variety of art designs will pop up where you can put them on t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, pandemic masks. That's right, we also have pandemic masks. The new fashion accessory for the year 2020 into 2021. We have wall art, notebooks, mugs, pillows, pins, you name it. Hey, you want stickers? Magnets? How about a phone case? That's right, you can get an MHOG phone case just by going to teepublic.com. A variety of sizes and colors, and the quality is hands down the best you're gonna find. That's right, MHOG merch store at teepublic.com. You're part of the family. Might as well really be part of the family and grab yourself an MHOG tee at teepublic.com. Thanks for listening to the MHOG podcast and for all your support through the years. We want to see those t-shirts outside, so go to TeePublic, order your MHOG merch today. teepublic.com.
And we're back.
Yeah. yeah, I hope you enjoyed that commercial that I put right there.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it, Jake.
That's right. Yeah, Jake. This is it.
Hey,
Hey,
I did the same thing.
we're not getting any younger, Jake. We got to do it quick.
Jake, do you get this a lot when people say, "Hey, Jake, you're from State Farm"? Do you get that shit?
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, since that commercial, and are you offended that they changed the guy?
No, I'm offended they brought it back at all.
I thought it was hysterical. Like nobody was gonna know that we all of a sudden changed it from the portly white guy to the dapper black man. I was like, how did we not know this?
I don't understand. I don't understand why they did it. One and two, I don't understand. I mean, they had the other guy in the first commercial.
Yeah, and he was in the second one too.
And he's like, and it was like,
so is everybody at State Farm named Jake?
And
I'm just wondering.
This Jake doesn't get shit. He doesn't get the big helping of bacon. He doesn't get the extra butter ranch.
All the pizzas.
Damn.
He
He nothing.
You know,
the other guy gets a damn Ferrari and like license to kill.
Oh.
The newest.
Oh, you know he's getting pussy behind that too. Don't lie.
Oh, yeah.
You know something.
That's paychecks.
Yeah. When you're talking pussy, you're talking about cats, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. He loves the kids. Yeah, that's weird.
Oh God. So back to this, Jake.
Hey, Jake.
You didn't.
So what? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Wayne.
I was just gonna say you had no idea what you were getting yourself into.
Oh, I did. I've been listening to the podcast.
Okay,
for
good,
a while.
good. I'm glad. I'm so glad because when people come on the show and don't listen to us, they kind of like, what the fuck? I'm like, calm down.
What I want to know is what is going on? What is the next project for you? Is what I want to hear. You've got to have something in the works, because Frightmare's coming back, right? It's coming back
September.
Soon. Yeah. September. I mean, are you going to be there? Are you going to be doing something?
It's I actually was trying to and was not able to actually be there or do anything interesting, other than Billy's not going to be there this time around, so they're not doing the trailer thing that they normally do.
Oh, okay.
I am, however, rushing to have the actual trailer for Tapeworm Z, and I discussed it with Chuck. It's very likely that the trailer will be dropping at that, even though they're not having the fake trailer competition.
Oh, that's really cool. That'll be cool. Yeah,
I felt like it was cooler to drop it there than anywhere else, especially since that's really where it all came from.
Right.
Well, where do you get draw your inspiration from? When you were a kid and you were watching movies and stuff like that, and there had to be something that really lured you into this, other than just sitting around going, we should make a movie out of that. I'm sure there was some sort of inspiration. You were like, I like this genre of movies, or I like this director, or I like this movie. What was
honestly, it was a combination of what really got me into it was a combination of Trauma and Sam Raimi.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
And then, of course, I have different inspirations now, or more inspirations. Like Edgar Wright, that guy can do no wrong.
No, I agree, man. He's incredible.
Yeah, the dude. I just don't know how he worked. But, I mean, case in point, the Killer Sandwich, those cutscenes I use in that to pass the time. That was entirely an ode to him.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I always sneak crap in there. So whenever you're watching my stuff, watch and see what you can get, because there's always something.
I was going to say, go ahead. No, you go first, buddy, because I was asking about.
I was going to say, do you storyline this stuff out before you do it? Is there a process, a method to your madness? Is that what I'm trying to say? I guess.
Well, on some of it, like there's a lot of stuff that I did that we do on YouTube. And that I literally have that idea, and then it's on YouTube 3 hours later.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So there's a lot of stuff I fly by the seat of my pants, but on the bigger things like Tapeworm 2, now the new Tapeworm Z, I mean, good God, this whole feature is huge. So much going on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be taking up a lot of your time, too. I mean,
I'm sure.
You just don't do this stuff without... you're just not doing this in like a like a day. This is taking some time.
Oh, yeah, no, we've been since the script got done, and from the time we started filming, we're about 2.5 months in. But we're about 85% done. In fact, I'm going to film another scene here in about an hour.
That's great, man. That's awesome. I'm actually excited to see the film, man. I really am. I do like your work. I want to say you had sent me something, and I cannot. I'll be terrible about this. I can't remember the name of it, but it was about a gnome.
Rongar.
Bruh. That was the most bizarre shit I ever watched, but it was so good. I couldn't stop watching it.
Dude, that was the worst experience of my life.
He did stop motion.
Stop motion can go to hell.
Stop motion about gnomes. It was it's well worth the watch, people. You have to watch it. And let me tell you, I wasn't disappointed with the ending at all.
Was it a ending?
That one, I walked into the Dollar Tree and they had those gnomes sitting there. And then I looked and they had all of the entire set. So I just bought them all, called my assistant director and said, come over, we're starting this.
Yeah. I've seen those gnomes at the Dollar Tree. They're famous now. They're in a movie.
But see, that's how my mind works. I take something so innocent and totally flip the script on it. It's like in Tapeworm 2. Rosie, Lori, the lady that acts, that's the head bad guy. She's the sweetest lady ever in real life. So I had to make her the villain.
That's funny.
And then in Tapeworm Z, we have Michael Ocho Terrena. He's always the bad guy. So he's my comic relief. That dude is the sweetest guy ever.
Well, that's definitely an interesting way of looking at basically you're breaking a stereotype.
Yeah, absolutely. With everything that I can do. I don't want you to see what's coming.
That's awesome.
That's fun. That's absolutely fun. Are you still using the Sony camera?
No, I actually stopped using that halfway through CCAW.
Look, man.
I was just curious, because I'm sure you still have it at least.
I do. In fact, we have a series that we're doing now. It's a spoof of paranormal investigating.
Yeah.
It's called Herman Monster Hunter on our YouTube channel. And the guy that's the cameraman, which we're filming it all because the cameraman is still there, but that camera that he's using is actually the one we filmed that movie.
That's so good.
And that's the only place we use it. My 12-year-old has taken over that camera and he started doing his own little movies now.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's awesome. You got to be proud about that. I mean,
all my kids are part of this stuff.
Anytime your kids, I don't have them. I've borrowed other children, and
that sounds horrible. That sounds horrible.
It does.
I just took other children.
It does.
Don't worry.
It was a lot easier when I had that big van and all that candy, but I don't have that anymore. So.
Yeah,
dude, you were great on To Catch a Predator.
Thank you. That wasn't even my good side.
I know, right?
But when the kids can interact with their parents and actually, and I'm sure, I know it's tough, trying to get, common ground a lot of times with kids. If you can do that, you've done something right.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I don't know if Wayne's done it yet.
Not yet. Mine's only 5.
No, I think you're doing good. I mean, he's got the skateboard stuff. He's doing everything. It's good. He's going to be, his name's Wayne too. So you just kind of,
Well, Caitlin always says he's a carbon copy of me. Like every fucking thing we do, it's the exact same thing I would do. So yeah. So he wants to be a podcaster too. So just I'm like, don't do. I told him
it won't be podcast anymore. It'll be something else.
But I told him, I said, don't do that, man. You want to make money.
Yeah, tell him not to be a filmmaker.
Yeah. Well, it's like people always say, it's passion jobs. I mean, passion, that's what filmmaking is. That's what podcasting is. It's all about passion and what you want to do. You have a passion for something and you go for it. Because, honestly, that's all you're gonna get out of it if you don't, strike it big. I mean, we're no, like I always say this, we're no fucking Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan's nothing to really look at either. I mean, I'm not. Hey, look, I'm not being an asshole about it. Okay, I'm not. If the man wasn't famous, he would not have a podcast. Okay, that's all there is to it. Same with other people, but he was a celebrity beforehand, and that's all. That's how I say it.
That's right.
I mean, he knew all the famous people before. We got to work for this shit, man.
Yeah, we've held our own for quite a long time.
Yeah.
When the chips were down and people said, "Hey, you're not going to be here tomorrow," I was like, "Yeah, we are. We're still here because we're stubborn. We're stupid.
Yes.
We just keep going.
We like to beat our heads against fucking doors."
I mean, it's just what we do, and you have that same type of stubbornness. I think you're but you're actually going places with this. Were you expecting that? I mean, were you expecting this type of following? I mean, any type of following is a great following. Don't get me wrong. Underground, in my opinion, the underground following is the best following because that's where everybody else because everybody gets overlooked. No one sees us.
Well, it's
no one sees underground guys.
It's not just that, dude. It's not just that. An underground following is a legit following. Like those people actually love what you do.
Right. It's not because you're the most popular or you get paid to be there.
I mean, when you're mainstream, people like A, will just listen to you because you're there, or B, we're gonna go watch this movie because you're so and so's in it. They don't care who you are. They just think it's popular.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I trip out because I have people like I had until I got that global distribution deal on Tapeworm 2. I had people in the UK wanting this movie, and I'm like, dude, the DVD was like $15, but shipping's like $40. How am I supposed to do that? So that's one of the reasons that I allowed an overseas distributor to have it, is so that people over there could get it. But hell, I'm a little small town in West Texas, and I got people in Maryland, Tennessee, all over the place ordering it, and I'm like,
it's awesome.
What is going on?
It's so
but
good,
that's a cool thing. That it means somebody somewhere else, and that's why we like what we do, is because we end up strangely connecting with people on a weird level
all over the world.
All over the world, and isn't that something though? Isn't that just a little bit of that type of connection with strangers that isn't creepy? Is always a nice thing, because you end up having this kind of I don't know, I'm in a special club type of moment. When you're with these people, and you're talking with these people, it's just like, I don't know you, you don't know me, but for some reason we're connecting, and I think that's awesome. And and we're not here long enough, to make, to pass by these type of connections. Our lives are very short, and if we can make those type of connections with people all over the place, whether you're doing something amazing to change the world or not, you've changed some lives at one point in time. You're a part of that moment. You're a part of that life, of somebody else, which is really, really cool. And that's what connects your movies to people. I think you're hitting on something primal with a lot of people, and they're finding the humor and the fun that you're throwing out there. And I think you're banging it. You're absolutely banging it.
Thank you.
Wayne, not so much.
Me? No. I'm just sitting around, man.
Wayne banged it one time and he got a kid. So.
Yeah. I did it. I only did it the one time.
One time.
I made it count.
Yeah.
My time counted. Now I got a little boy. Yeah. Yeah.
He
carrying on my name.
You made a golem. There you go.
Yeah, I did. As long as it's not a shit golem, I'm good.
So other than that, man, I think you've got to be having a plan for the rest of this year. What are you doing other than are you're thinking about doing the Texas Frightmare thing? Hopefully that works out. I hope they show your short. What else is going on? I mean, we only got a few more months in this year. What's happening?
The rest of this year is going to be to finishing Tapeworm Z,
Okay.
We should be done filming by mid-September, and then it's a lot of editing and getting the sound, and we have Ams Overton doing a score on it that you've seen our stuff. I lean heavily toward the retro 70s, 80s kind of style feel.
Yeah,
I dig.
I just can't see changing that, man. That's what we do. That we've built up the following that we've got with this style, and that's us.
right.
So I don't want to go for this big polished look just because we're going for a feature. I want to stay true to the people that are our fans and gain the right ones for our style. And the right ones do feel right with this. It feels correct.
Good.
So,
you know what? And that 80s thing, strangely enough, seems to be coming back like gangbusters. I mean, if you listen to popular music right now, speaking of scores and stuff like that, the biggest thing out there right now is that sound of that 80s synth pop that you would hear in like the old VHS horror movies.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, just look at one of the biggest artists out there right now, The Weeknd.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
All that. Miley Cyrus's new stuff, synth pop.
I'm sorry.
Everything out there right now that is hitting big is the synth pop scene, and that music plays a big part. That the unspoken musical parts of movies and things like that are just as important as anything else. And if you don't have the right score, you don't have the right music, a lot of that vision can be lost. And I think adding and doing how you're doing it and what you're doing with it makes a big difference. And I see that you get that, because I think that plays a big part on the following. I think you've got too. People are connecting with that retroness of it.
Right, the feel.
Yeah, and I think people come in, the people that have really latched onto us they realize, we're not trying to change the world. We're not trying to be, I'm the premier artist. I mean, that would all be great, but I'm not that fucking talented. I'm just a goofy guy that can make anybody laugh, And I love horror.
Cool.
And I love over the top gore. So we just want you to have fun. That's
sure.
it.
And I think what like we mentioned Trauma before. Trauma's been around for so long, but I think it's going to be people like you that take over the reins in a different way. Because those movies are classics, and we watch them. You watch them, I watch them, Wayne, everybody watches those movies, and like one of my favorites is like Sucker the Vampire. Love Sucker the Vampire.
Love it.
It's a stupid ass movie.
Yeah.
But it's again, it's captivating. You're caught in the cheese. You're caught. The music is there, and that holds you. And you're like, I don't know. It's kind of catchy. I gotta watch this. Oh my gosh, I'm really into this weird. And after a while, like 35 minutes pass, you're like, I'm still watching this. Oh my God, I'm still watching this. And then you can't get away from it. But there are these visions of the over the top, those over the top visions and storylines that are so cool and really any of that stuff, I get tired of the term, but those movies are not PC anymore.
No.
But so don't give a shit, because that's what's great about them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is absolutely what is great about those type of movies.
Oh God.
And I understand that and I'm sure Wayne, I mean, everybody with kids and stuff like that, you got to, we hit upon it, we got to be careful what we do. But in a way, the lack of PC brings us back to a more lighthearted vision of what we used to be. We weren't so into ourselves. We weren't so serious all the time looking for somebody to be angry at. It was just what it was. It was fun. It was just fun.
Yeah, man, look. That's a sore subject, because those films are so good. They're so much fun to watch and just so silly. but nowadays you have to. It seems like, I don't know, you got to be a pussy to live in this world.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just for lack of words to say. I don't mean it, like, well, I do mean it. Fuck those people. But I mean, really, it just seems like everybody's offended by everything, and like, I mean, you can't have fun by going watch a film. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just a film. You know.
Do you take your film ideas and stuff? Are you big into Halloween?
Oh yeah.
Do you like the holiday? I mean, what is Halloween like at your house?
Oh, we're a family of artists, man. We do paintings. If you can think of an art form, somebody in our house does it. So yeah, I mean, we decorate for Halloween like Christmas.
That's awesome. That's so good.
I mean, hell, Christmas, we have a black Christmas tree, bro.
Yes.
And we put out candelabras, and
that's fucking cool.
We just really embrace the whole culture, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
You would trip if you saw my living room. I mean, movie posters, all of our art in our whole house is from local artists.
Awesome.
Like, we believe firmly in support the local scene, but I mean, come this Halloween, we have an art show that we're throwing. My wife does big shows like that for all the locals, and we'll have 15 artists in this building, and people come buy stuff, and we try to be supportive of everything art-wise in the community.
Damn,
and
really cool.
That is extremely important. That's something that we are also super hugely supportive of, is anything local, and we've always said that you can be, support local even if they're not your local.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that should be the way it is, because it used to be that way a long time ago, and people have, for a while there, everything was just, it's got to be retail store. Well, why would I go to a retail store if I can get it done by so-and-so locally, and it's a handmade quality, it's a better quality, and it's one of a kind,
Yeah, and half of the time that stuff's cheaper too.
Yeah. Absolutely. And a lot of times I buy pieces of art or pottery or whatever, and you may have an artist who's like, oh, how much is that? Oh, it's $50. And it's like, I'm giving you 60.
Right.
You're not putting enough into your time, because people don't realize how much time it takes for these artists to do stuff, and they're undercutting themselves just to sell something, and it's not right. So when you're out there, everybody, if you're listening, if you're out there and you're seeing somebody doing something local, whether it be, no matter what it is, even a freaking tattoo artist. There's tattoo artists out there, they're getting stuff done and be like, I can do that for you for $100 or $300 or whatever, and be like, I always tip good with tattoo artists.
Oh yeah, because that way when if you ever go back, dude, that's the dude who gave me so and so. Yeah, fucking right.
Oh, that's a nice thing, but I do it primarily just because those people took the time, and I'm paying them extra as an acknowledgement of the good work that they did.
Right.
And that's the way it should be. Always go a little bit above and beyond for those who deserve to go above and beyond. If those don't go above and beyond, shit on them. And you can do that figuratively or literally, I don't care. But I think this is awesome, man. I'm really excited to learn about you and to find all this new stuff out. This is going to be great.
I do have a question for you, Jake. Oh, I'm sorry, Rum. I didn't mean to walk over you, but I do have a question for Jake. You were a death metal musician, right?
Yes.
What was the name of the band?
Oh, Adipocere.
Adipocere. All right.
Yep.
What? Do you have anything out?
We used to have it on Bandcamp, but the only place you can really find it is if you YouTube Adipocere TXDM on obviously YouTube. Where the hell else? Fuck. Just ignore my dumb ass.
Because I'd like to hear it, man. I'd like to hear it. That sounds like it's something I'd be into, so I want to check it out.
If you like Texas death metal, dude, that's exactly what we were. And our old singer and the old drummer are now in a band called Kill Everything. And Dude, that is sick. They're with members of Devourment, or member of Devourment.
I think I may have booked Kill Everything in Louisiana.
Very possibly.
It sounds like because I do book a lot of Texas bands that come down through this way, and I'm just curious. I might have, huh? It sounds familiar. I have to look up at all the stuff I did. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool. So, has the worldwide crap bothered you much at all with what you do?
It did for about a year. It put a hold on everything. We did catch COVID. Because my wife worked in a funeral home, and people are kind of assholes. And a family member would die, and they'd come in and not bother to tell anybody that they had COVID.
Oh, nice.
And so everybody at the funeral home ended up catching it.
That's fucked up.
I mean, we were fortunate. I mean, my wife was sicker than I was. I was just 5 days, felt like general shit.
Right.
But it got her a little harder than it did me. But we were generally speaking good. We had a flu the year before that was worse on us.
So it was the live people who were the assholes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we figured that out, because I was really thinking, it's pretty hard to call that dead guy an asshole.
I mean, I'm sure some of them were, but
yeah, I had the COVID as well, and I suffered about as much as you did. My wife and kid didn't catch it, thank God, but
our kids didn't show any signs of it, and we have 4.
Good.
Oh, that's good.
Well, stop it. That's too many kids.
Did you get the whole losing the taste and smell?
Oh, yeah, it sucked.
That is the worst part of the whole thing.
Yeah, dude, I hated that so much. Like, I just wanted to. I was like, I'm not eating. Why?
Yeah.
Because it sucks. Like, I can't enjoy anything.
I think you can wrap your mind around that shit until it happens.
Right.
And when it happens, you're like, what the fuck?
There's a girl that works for us, super nice, but she had COVID, and she still has not gotten her taste right. She still has not gotten all that stuff right. Everything she used to love to eat, she can't eat now. She says
my wife the same way. It lasted like 3 months. She couldn't taste anything.
Yeah, and it's some people that changes their taste buds where the stuff that they did like.
She's been like over a year now, and she still can't get. She's just now being able to eat tomatoes again because she can. They don't taste like acid.
Yeah, because like certain things will be just like burning you. How does that taste? Burning.
Dude, right when I started to lose mine, I tried chicken noodle soup, and I swear to God, it was a spoonful of salt. And my wife was like, dude, it tastes normal.
Yeah.
I was like, no, the hell it does not.
It was just mush and salt. Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, there was nothing.
But I mean, really, if you think about it, what an ingenious diet plan.
Right.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Fuck keto, get COVID, right?
Yeah. Welcome to the COVID diet plan where you can't taste shit.
Nothing.
Or it all tastes like shit.
Yeah, there you go. Or it all tastes like shit.
Oh, that's awful. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry I brought us down.
You made me go. I'm crying.
Back to you,
now.
Wayne.
I'm crying now. Hold on, I gotta wipe my tears. So Jake, man, tell everybody where they can find your stuff, like your URLs and all that good jazz.
Okay, for the stuff that we still have on YouTube, like Herman Monster Hunter, and you need to go check that out. We're dropping a new episode every week. It's stupid and funny.
I will check that out.
That's just YouTube at /and-chill. We have a website where you can get the DVDs, Tapeworm 2, Limited Horizons, and we have one on there called The Box of Random Fuckery. That is where you could get the Killer Sandwich, you can get Krongar the Hippopotamus, you can get Insectoid, which I can't believe you didn't mention Insectoid. That one is wonderful.
It is a beautiful film. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm still drawn to the gnomes in the sandwich.
yeah. So all of those are on a DVD that's actually a fundraiser DVD for Tapeworm Z.
Oh, cool.
You can get all of that at /andchill.com.
/andchill.com, everybody. Check them out.
Of course, we do have an go up for the next 12 days for Tapeworm Z. We also have a link on to that on the website, Facebook page for Tapeworm Z. There's no space.
Get those t-shirts up, man. You need to get those t-shirts rolling. It'll
That's
help
right.
out. I'm
Sandwiches,
telling you, man.
Mad dash for the sandwich shirt.
We're definitely going to work on that because we're fixing to start hitting cons too. I've just been so busy with this movie, man. Jeez.
Well, you've got some more scenes to be shooting tonight, and I think I'd love to see it in action. That's what I want to see.
For real.
You need to film like a behind the scenes.
Oh, we are. There's lots and lots of backstage stuff this time.
Sweet.
Very, very cool. Awesome.
Well, Jake, man, thanks again for doing the show, man. It was so much fun.
Oh, man, thanks for having me on. You guys are a blast.
Thanks, man. We appreciate that. I would love to have you on. Look, dude, I tell you what, as soon as the movie is finished and in the can and ready to do whatever, you hit us up. We'll do you again.
Awesome. I am down.
We'll put you back on, man. Cool. I'm always glad to have you on. Well, guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen.
The guy with the hat?
That's right, the guy with the hat in the corner over there. I was your host, Wayne.
I'm the Rum Guy.
And that guy over there was Jake Perry. And remember, as always, to keep it metal!
Adieu, parting with such sweet sorrow.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
Okay then. That's it.
Get the fuck